let's go ahead and now revise the next chapter. The next chapter is assessments. Everyone over here now, assessment. We went ahead and started learning GST with goods or service. Goods or service has to be supplied. Supply can be either interstate supply or supply can be either intrastate. Interstate supply, IGST will be levied. Intrastate, CGST will be levied. Once GST is levied, people, once GST is levied, GST has to be collected and paid by a taxable person. How will he collect? How will he pay? Sir, he will go ahead and calculate GST, and GST is equal to value of supply into rate of tax. Sir, once you know the value, you will prepare the tax invoice, credit note, debit note, and delivery challan. Everyone over here now, tax invoice, debit note, credit note, and delivery challan. Then, Baba, you will go ahead and maintain your accounts and you will send the goods to the other person with the help of e-way bill. Now, sir, your liability to pay will come. It comes at the time of supply. You will go ahead and use your input tax credit. Remaining amount, you will make the payment and you will go ahead and file your return. Listen to me very carefully. At any stage, if you have those questions which you can go ahead and ask the advanced ruling authority, then Baba, advanced ruling authority can go, you can go ahead and ask. Everyone over here now. Now, this was the first part of GST. This was the first part of GST where you cover approximately 18-19 chapters. Now, the next point which comes is, sir, you have gone ahead, made the supply, you have filed your return. Now department will start assessments, and here we are going to understand about assessments. Everyone, please come to your chart of assessment. Assessment में what are the various types of assessment we have, everyone? Assessment means, sir, assessment में we have self-assessment, provisional assessment, scrutiny, we have best judgment, and we have summary assessment. Everyone over here, sir, what do you mean by assessment? Assessment means determination of tax liability. Sir, determination of tax liability. Self-assessment is the first section over here. Self-assessment का section is section number 59, which says, sir, I should self-assess my liability, output tax minus input tax, balance I have to pay. I should self-assess my liability, pay it to the government and file my return. That is told by self-assessment. Every registered person shall self-assess his tax payable, furnish a return under section number 39, means pay your taxes and furnish your return. The next one over here is section number 60, everyone. Section number 60 goes ahead and talks about provisional assessment. Remember one thing, everyone. Provisional assessment cannot be done by the proper officer. If you want, you can request the proper officer and he will do provisional assessment. Sir, if the taxable person, any taxable person who is unable to determine value or the rate of tax, sir, GST is equal to value of supply into rate of tax. If you don't know the value or you don't know the rate of tax, you will not be able to calculate GST. So for an example, I did one supply and I am not able to determine value or I am not able to determine rate of tax, then I can go ahead and request the proper officer, please tell me how much should I pay. Now in this scenario, officer will go ahead and now you can request the proper officer in GST ASMT 01 for provisional payment of tax. And sir, when you request the proper officer will go ahead and allow you provisionally that okay, you went ahead and asked the officer provisionally how much I should pay the tax. He will go ahead and give you an order for provisional assessment in ASMT 04 within 90 days, allowing payment on provisional basis, telling sir at such rate and such value as specified in the order. He will tell okay, this rate and this rate pay this value and this value pay this rate can be applied and you can go ahead and pay your GST. Now what will happen? Now he will tell you, Ramesh, I have told you to pay the GST rate 18%. What if later it comes out to be 28%? So in order to secure myself, I will go ahead and tell, officer will go ahead and tell you that sir, on the execution of bond in ASMT 05 along with the security which is bank guarantee, you will have to go ahead and provide bank guarantee is bond ka bond ka 25% bank guarantee you will have to provide, then the provisional assessment will be allowed. Now they are going ahead and telling, see, you went ahead and asked for provisional assessment, they gave you provisional assessment, now final assessment will be done. Sir, final assessment order in ASMT 07 within 6 months of the communication, Baba, communication of provisional assessment order. Once they communicate your provisional assessment order, within 6 months, they will go ahead and do what, everyone? Final assessment. Now, sir, if they can't do final assessment within 6 months, then further extension 6 months can be done by AC or JC. Sir, further extension of 6 months may also they could not do final assessment. Then they are telling commissioner can go ahead and further extend the period by 4 years. Commissioner can extend by how many? 4 years. Okay, sir, point is clear. Listen to me very carefully, everyone. Sir, first of all, provisional assessment you apply, provisional assessment order came, then finalization within 6 months, could not do again 6 months, then again 4 years. Okay, sir, point is clear. Now listen to me very carefully. Final assessment may, supposingly officer told you have to pay 10 lakh rupees, but provisionally you had paid 8 lakh rupees. For an example, April month ka sale, by 20th of May, I paid provisionally the tax. Later on finalization, if I have to pay any tax, then sir, I'll have to pay along with interest under section number 50, which is how much, everyone? Which is 18%. And sir, this will be from the day after the due date. April month ka sale, 20th April month ka sale, by 20th May I have to pay. So from 20th May, the interest will start till the date of payment. 18% interest till the date of payment I'll have to pay. And now, always remember, it is day-wise calculation, very, very important. Provisional assessment, day calculation of interest is very, very important. Please practice one question and go. Next. Now, everyone over here, now once you go ahead and pay the tax along with interest, now you can tell the officer, I have paid the differential tax, please release my security. Then you can file one application for release of security in ASMT 08, and proper officer will release the security after ensuring payment and will issue an ASMT 09 saying, okay, take your bank guarantee and get lost. Within 7 days of the application, he will go ahead and pass an order in ASMT 09. The only thing over here, listen to me very carefully, the only thing over here is, because provisionally you had paid the tax, based on a provisional order, you will not be liable to pay any penalty. The benefit of provisional assessment is you will not be liable to pay any penalty at the time of finalization. Okay, sir, point is clear. Remember, if final assessment was 10 lakh, provisionally you had paid 12 lakh rupees, then refund will be given to you with interest at the rate of 6% under section number 56. You will have to go ahead and file a refund application. Then within 60 days, the refund will be given to you in your bank account. If it does not come within 60 days, then interest will be given at the rate of 6%. Okay, sir, point is clear. Now comes section number 61, but people remember A graded topic from this. You can call it B graded chapter. From this B graded chapter, A graded topic is your provisional assessment. The next one over here is scrutiny. I filed the return. Officer is going ahead and scrutinizing my return. If officer scrutinizes my return and he goes ahead and sees that, sir, I filed my return, officer scrutinized to verify the correctness of the return, and he went ahead and found some discrepancy, then he will go ahead and issue me a notice. Now, once he goes ahead and issues me a notice, I will have to accept I can accept the discrepancy, or I can go ahead and give explanation also. If I go ahead and accept the discrepancy, pay the tax, interest and any other amount, and inform the proper officer in DRC 03, very good, he is very happy. But sir, if I don't go ahead and accept the discrepancy, but I give an explanation using form ASMT 11, then sir, if officer likes my explanation, very good, he will go ahead and inform me in ASMT 12 and he will not take any action. Officer doesn't like my explanation, I did not give a satisfactory reply, or after accepting discrepancy, I am not taking corrective action, officer is telling I will get angry, and over here the officer will get angry. And now what are the recourses available with the officer? When he gets angry, officer can go ahead and do Audit, special audit, he can gather details against you and raise demand order. He can do inspection, search, seizure, he can gather details and raise a demand order on you. Or might be after going ahead and scrutinizing your return, if he found discrepancy, you did not go ahead and give a satisfactory reply, then Baba, he can also go ahead and issue show cause notice and directly go ahead and give a basically show cause notice and demand order. So might be he can get audit done, special audit done, inspection, search and seizure also he can do. He can go ahead and use those detail and he can go ahead and raise a first show cause notice and then a demand order. Exam question, what are the recourses with the officer if satisfactory reply is not given? Baba, tell audit, special audit can be done, inspection, search and seizure also can be done, and officer will go ahead and then give you a show cause notice and then demand order. Now demand order, Baba, either pay within 3 months. If you don't pay, then within 3 months go for an appeal. Everyone, if you don't want to go for an appeal also or you don't pay also, then greater than 3 months recovery will start. And this is the linking for your other chapters: audit, special audit, inspection, search, seizure, and then demand, recovery, appeals and revision. This will be your other chapters which are there. Here is the linking for the other chapter. The next one is best judgment assessment. Means best judgment, the judgment will be used and they will go ahead and do the assessment over here. It says best judgment assessment may one is non-filer. You took registration but you are not filing your return. Then if you have not filed your return under section number 39 or 45, which is your final return, then first of all, they will go ahead and send you a love letter. Love letter will come in GSTR 3A saying, hey, file your return. If you don't file, even after notice, then proper officer will go ahead and do the assessment and he will go ahead and issue the assessment order. Sir, within 5 years from the due date of annual return in ASMT 13. Always remember, sir, this year related assessment order can be passed. Once this year ka annual return ka due date say 5 years. Due date say how many years? 5 years. Okay, sir, point is clear. The next one over here is, sir, this assessment order, now officer went ahead and told, hey, you did not file your return, take your assessment order. You ran within 30 days. If you go ahead, deemed withdrawal, if registered person files a valid return within 30 days of the service of the assessment order. Once the assessment order is served, if within 30 days of the service of the assessment order, you go ahead and file a valid return. Valid return means return where you pay the tax and you file the return. Now you have paid the tax. They are going ahead and telling, sir, but the liability for late fee and any other amount which is there will still continue. You have to pay that. Okay, sir. Now listen. Now, whenever this non-filer of return ka assessments were done, whenever non-filer of return ka assessments were done, what was happening is all the officers were reacting in different manner. All the officers were going ahead and acting in different manner. Somebody was going ahead and doing this way, somebody was doing this way, they were sending notice, this, that, etc. And best judgment assessment, whenever it was done by the officers, there was no uniformity, and hence government went ahead and told, okay, we will go ahead and release one standard operating procedure for in case of non-filers of return, how the best judgment has to be done under section number 62. And government told, okay, officer, do one thing. System generated SMS should be sent 3 days prior to due date to all the people who are registered in GST that, okay, wake up, return ka due date has come. Now, once the return ka due date is over, post due date, people who have not filed their return, send them a system generated SMS or email to all the non-filers. See, Baba, waking up, call you have to do for all. But then, sir, whoever has not filed, then for them, once the due date gets over, please send a SMS or a email. Sir, after 5 days, send them a love letter saying, please file your return within 15 days. If they don't file their return, then proper officer can go ahead and do the best judgment. If return is not filed within 15 days, and they can go ahead and issue ASMT 13. Always remember one thing, whenever the best judgment is being applied, what are the other deals? Because officer does not have a monthly return, sir, how will the officer will go ahead and apply his judgment over here? They are going ahead and telling officer will use your GSTR 1, GSTR 2A, e-way bill ka detail and all other informations which are there officer will go ahead and use, and he will go ahead and do the best judgment. Sir, best judgment assessment order will be withdrawn. If once the best judgment assessment order, sir, I will run. If best judgment assessment order has come and I run and I file my return within 30 days, best judgment assessment order will be withdrawn. And sir, then within 30 days, if I file my return, best judgment assessment order will be withdrawn. And commissioner, when he is doing your best judgment assessment, so that you don't run away taking all your money, he can provisionally attach your properties also, and also, sir, cancellation of registration can be done. So provisional attachment and cancellation can be done. The next one is best judgment under section number 63. Best judgment under section number 63. It says over here, if you are an unregistered person ka best judgment assessment is done in section number 63. It means you are a taxable person liable to pay tax. But sir, you have failed to take registration, or taxable person means who is registered, or sir, who is liable to be registered. If you are liable to be registered but you have failed to take registration, or your registration was cancelled by the proper officer, but still, if your registration was cancelled when you are filing your final return, pay your taxes and close. No, why didn't you pay your taxes? But sir, if registration is cancelled, but who is cancelled the registration under section number 29(2), proper officer has gone ahead and cancelled your registration, but still you are liable to pay tax, then first of all, he will go ahead and issue your notice in ASMT 14, and he will state the ground for assessment and allow you to reply within 15 days. You go ahead and reply. He likes your reply, he will close the matter. He doesn't like your reply, then he will proceed to assess the tax of a taxable person to the best of his judgment, but he will provide you opportunity of being heard. Okay, sir. Once the assessment order ASMT 15 is passed, in case of best judgment of unregistered person, assessment order cannot be withdrawn. Always remember, assessment order ka passing ka time limit is from the due date of annual return, say 5 years. Sir, what if the due date of annual return is extended? Extended due date, say 5 years. Okay, sir, point is clear. So first they give you a notice, then opportunity of being heard, and then an assessment order is given in section number 63. The next one is summary assessment. Quick assessment. What is summary? Baba, summary is the chart book. And sir, what is the chart book? So that you can quickly revise. The same way, summary assessment means assessment being done quickly in shortcut. Everyone over here, proper officer may on an evidence that there is a tax liability, proper officer knows that there is a tax liability, plus he will first take the AC or JC ka permission, and then he can assess the tax liability of such person to protect the interest of the revenue. Sir, what do you mean by such person? For an example, one officer caught one transporter transporting the goods. When officer asked whose goods are these, he went ahead and told, I don't know. When officer came to one person ka godown, warehouse keeper, and asked whose goods are these, warehouse keeper told, I don't know. You don't know, it means I will do your assessment only, and hence such person ka assessment is done to protect the interest of the revenue. And sir, and he will issue an assessment order, because he knows if I don't do the assessment of the transporter, or if I don't go ahead and do the assessment of the warehouse keeper, they will, sir, take the goods and run away, or sir, warehouse keeper will tell the owner, hey, take your goods and run. So Baba, in that scenario, now only they will go ahead and quickly do the assessment if he has sufficient ground to believe that any delay in doing so means any delay in doing the assessment may adversely affect the interest of the revenue. Sir, can there be a withdrawal of the assessment order? Once the assessment order is being passed by the officer, now if taxable person files an application within 30 days of receipt, or on his own motion, the ACJC considers, basically in both the scenario, if you file an application or on his own motion, the ACJC realizes AC or JC, Papa people, AC or JC, because above also it is ACJC, here also additional or joint commissioner. If he realizes that the order is erroneous, wrong, then Baba, ACJC will withdraw it and direct the proper officer, hey, proper officer, shortcut and all, you leave it. Normally issue show cause notice and normally pass a demand order. Procedure laid down under 73 and 74, he will ask the officer to follow. Sir, who are these such person? I have gone ahead and written down. For an example, transporter, owner, operator of warehouse, basically person in charge. In case where taxable person cannot be traced, then these people ka assessment will be done. Everyone remember one thing, section number 29(2) is now amended. and hence I request you guys not to read section number 29.2 from here. Please go ahead and read section number 29.2 from your registration chapter. People, in your registration chapter, I hope you guys remember, we have section number 29.2. Because section number 29.2 is now amended, I want you guys to remember section number 29.2 from your registration ka chapter. Done, sir? Point is clear. Everyone over here, remember, whenever best judgment assessment orders are passed or summary assessment order is passed, a detailed order will be sent to you, but a summary of all the orders which are being passed, basically under 62, 63, 64, they will go ahead. The summary of the order will be required to be uploaded electronically using form GST DRC 07. Online in the portal, the details will be uploaded using GST DRC 07 of all the summary assessment, non-filer of return ka assessment, unregistered person ka assessment, 62, 63, 64 mein whenever assessment will be done, a summary will be uploaded. The next one over here, which was asked in the previous attempt, orders that may be withdrawn. What are the orders that can be withdrawn? Number one, sir, best judgment assessment order of non-filer can be withdrawn if you file the return within 30 days, and summary assessment order also can be withdrawn if taxable person files an application or on his own motion if ACJC realizes. So in both the scenario, if ACJC realizes that the order was erroneous, then he can go ahead and tell, hey, proper officer, follow normal procedure and then go ahead and do the assessment, give a show cause notice and then pass the demand order. I hope everyone is clear. Yes, sir. Basically, follow the procedure laid in 73, 74 is show cause notice, representation, and then order, demand order. Okay, sir. Point is clear. Chalo, let's go ahead. The only thing which I feel you have to take care is 29.2 to be referred from your registration ka chapter. Done, sir. Point is clear. Now, everyone over here in this chapter, the most important part, provisional assessment, non-filer of return and summary assessment is the best three important things to remember. Other than this, everyone, other than this, you can go ahead and read anything and everything, but these three are most important. In provisional assessment, the computation is very, very important, right, everyone? I'll go ahead and stop my revision on the chapter of assessments.